Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Taya Salam. Many thanks for joining us again.
All right, we start up with the Super Eagles. They are in Lagos. Most of the players already started arriving camp. Okay, the Turkish-based guys already, Etebo and, of course, Henry Oyekuru, both are in camp. You also have Olaino, he's right here in Lagos. Williams Trust Ekong, and, of course, Shemi Ajayi. All these players are in Lagos.
Right, Eagles starting to land for crucial AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Lesotho. Also on the show, this time around in England, it was all about the Kelechi Iheanacho show once again. The Under-17 World Cup winner scored twice to knock Manchester United out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, they're out, down and cold. And for Kelechi Iheanacho, it's his 7th goal in 4 matches in the last 4 games. Remarkable. So many statistics that this guy has been recording since, I mean, the partnership between Jamie Vardy and Kelechi Iheanacho working perfectly well. We can't wait for him to land right here in Lagos.
We're waiting.
We're waiting. Also on the program, yes, it was a goal fest in Nigerian Professional Football League, but we had to pick up one person. I mean, Stephen Jude scored his first hat-trick of his career, professional career, and also first hat-trick for Kwara United this season. And Kwara United went on to beat Adamowa 5-0. And right now, they reclaim the top spot.
Fantastic day for Stephen Jude. What a player, what a performance for the Kwara United player. And Kwara starting to show that they mean business. They're not going away easily. And that's why they've come back to the top of the Premier League log. We'll talk about the NPFL much later on the show, Cecilia. But before then, let's start with not so good news coming from the camp of Serena Williams.
Yeah, the 39-year-old, where she has pulled out of Miami Open. Now, the men's side already depleted because Roger Federer out. Rafael Nadal out, Novak Djokovic also out. They are all missing that event. But now, Serena Williams, she is the latest. She has pulled out from the women's side. Of course, she's recovering from oral surgery. She had oral surgery some time ago. She's recovering from that. And so she will not be there. So many big names are, you know, missing. But then Naomi Osaka should be there, right? The Australian Open champ. So you see, have some big names there. But the thing is, Serena Williams, she will not be there. The tournament she loves so much. She
loves the tournament so much. 8 times she's won this particular competition. But for Serena, it's all about taking her time. And whenever she's fully recovered from the oral surgery, then she'll be back on the WTA tour. So wishing Serena Williams soonest and fullest recovery.
Yeah, we can't wait for her to be back on court. Yeah, staying on court, let's go straight to the basketball court right now. Okay, what's happening in the NBA? And LeBron James, of course, we know he's out for a while. And the Lakers are losing. The game where he got injured against the Atlanta Hawks, they lost that game. Atlanta Hawks 10 games in a row, so you won't, you know, blame them for losing. But then against the Suns, it was a loss now. These are the results from last night, Aya.
Yeah, Cecilia, against the Suns, there's a tough matchup, Cecilia. Let's be fair to the Lakers. Anyways, let's go through some of the other results. First of all, starting with the Pacers and the Heat ended 109-106 in favor of Indiana. For the Houston Rockets, the problems and the misery continues for them. They've now lost 20 straight games, 20 games in a row.
They can't find a win. Can they just look for it somewhere?
They can't catch a break at the moment. Cecilia 114-112 against OKC.
How did they stop the rot? How can they stop it?
I have no idea, Cecilia. I have no idea. That's for Steven Silas, the GM of the Houston Rockets and the other players to try and figure out what the problem is. This kid is tied for the 9th worst in NBA history. 20 games in a row they've lost. I won't be surprised if it gets to mid-20s at this rate.
Let's go get up to 28 because 76ers had 28 at one time across 2014, 2015, 2016 campaigns. 28-game losing run.
With the way these guys are playing. But a bit of
Rockets will not be.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a good chance they're able to stop the rot. Before it gets to 28. Players are coming back. You said Christian Wood is playing well. John Wall played very well yesterday as well. A lot of people played. So if they can, those guys can stay healthy. It's only a matter of time. This game, you can see just a 2-point difference. They ran OKC very, very close, but it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't just enough. Maybe 21, they will be lucky they arrest that. Okay.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's get on with it and go to the Pelicans. They defeated the Denver Nuggets 113-108. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson Cecilia 30 points apiece. 60 coming from the two big players.
Now, Zion Williamson has joined Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
As the only players in the shot clock era to score 20+ points on 50% shooting.
Wow.
20 consecutive games this season.
Wow, that's it. That's a super efficient player right there. 50%, right? That's major. And
massive.
That's because
9 of 13 shooting from the field.
Exactly, and that's because he plays very close to the ring.
Yeah.
You know, he can get a lot of dunks and a lot of layups
exactly,
instead of taking them shots from outside of the arc. So take
him.
a bow wherever you are. Zion Williamson. The Celtics defeated Orlando Magic 112-96. Jaylen Brown 34 points, including 10 3-pointers as a career best for the young man. The Celtics made 23 3-pointers in the game. Safe to say that's how they won that particular matchup. The Nets, they keep winning 113-106.
But remember they lost on Saturday night, right?
Yeah,
okay, let's
exactly.
that in.
Yeah, so they're back to winning.
Yeah,
they never get to lose 2 in a row. I mean,
they had 6 in a row and they lost, and now they're back to winning.
Again. 28 points from Kyrie, while James Harden added 26 points. We also saw the return of Blake Griffin, and he actually dunked for the first time since 2019. A lot has been made about
the dunk, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he expected. He said he knew that something special was going to happen after that game because everyone is talking about it.
And then, like, for real, this guy hasn't dunked.
He hasn't
since 2019. We're talking about high flyer. This guy, when it comes to slam dunk contest, remember what he did the last time? So it was a bit strange that it went that long without dunking. But that's it. That's now history. I would expect to see a lot more dunks.
Drought.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
he had
I don't think he lost.
He didn't
lose the ability to dunk.
Okay.
He just perhaps didn't feel like it's now is on a contender
because of that knee injury. Let's quickly move on. Magic and the Celtics, it was 112-96, and the Wizards and the Nets, of course, you talked about that already. The Raptors, the Cavs.
Yeah, Raptors are in trouble as well.
Another game losing run.
8 straight losses for Toronto.
Yeah.
Not the way they envisioned the season going at all. The Pistons lost against the Bulls 100-86. Zach LaVine with 18 points for Chicago. The Knicks lost by a single point against the Philadelphia 76ers.
Painful one.
100-101. The Lakers lost against the Suns in King James's first game. Out after that ankle surgery. No surprises there. 111-94. And the Mavericks 132. The Blazers 92. Our focus is on the Lakers and the Suns. Cecilia.
Yeah, simply because Chris Paul became the 6th player in NBA history to reach 10,000 career assists.
What a player. What a player. Also had a triple-double in this game against the Lakers. Of course, shout out to Devin Booker as well as DeAndre Ayton. Both scored 26 points in that victory over the LA Lakers. For the Lakers, they were playing without 17-time NBA All-Star LeBron James for the second time this season, and they've now fallen to 0-2. The situation is only going to get worse because that's LeBron joining AD on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Those are your two big players, and when they're missing Cecilia, it's definitely going to affect the team. Very interesting to see how Frank Vogel manages this roster going forward. Let's take a listen now to the coach of the LA Lakers speaking about how he intends to navigate the coming few games without AD and LeBron James.
I'm optimistic. You know, I think our guys really fought tonight. We didn't shoot the ball that well, but I thought we competed at a very high level. And, you know, it's going to take a little time, as we adjust. To figure out where the shots are coming from and, what our new identity is going to look like. But we're going to play within our system. And, I was just proud of how our guys competed on the second night of a back-to-back in a tough circumstance. Well, we have actions that we run for each guy, and they know how to attack and read the situations, read the defensive situations they're going to encounter. And, we want guys staying ultra-aggressive in the catch-and-shoot game at the three-point line. And we got to punish overhelps. We just didn't shoot the ball that well from the perimeter tonight. But, like I said, proud of how we competed.
There you go. Frank Vogel, the coach of the LA Lakers, says optimistic and and believe if they execute better in their coming games, they should be able to return to the winning column.
Yeah, hopefully they can. Second straight loss, not a good one. Of course, they want to arrest it quickly. Despite the fact they don't have, King James himself, AD's out, but we don't know how long he will be out for.
Exactly, it's indefinitely.
Indefinitely, so maybe it might be back 2 months' time.
Who knows?
No, that shouldn't happen because, what happened to the race for the MVP?
Yeah,
Joel Embiid is injured. LeBron is injured, so Giannis is scoring, and so he's coming into Nikola Jokic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Jokic should just watch his back because right now he seems to be the only guy that we're looking at that's consistent this season.
Yeah. Still a long way to go, Cecilia. So hopefully LeBron is not sidelined for too long and we can get back to the court to help the Lakers, because without AD and LeBron, there's no mistake about it.
Lakers.
They will struggle big time. I won't be surprised if they go on a losing streak in the next coming days.
It's just like having the Golden State Warriors without the Splash Brothers, what happened last season and all that.
You see what happened to them?
Yeah, so it was terrible.
Anyways.
Okay, top performance for last night.
Right. Let's take a look at the guys that stood out for their differences. Of course, Brandon Ingram, 36 and 8 on the night for his team.
The New Orleans.
Yeah.
And, of course, Colin Sexton for the Cavs, 36, 3 and 4. And move on to the next one.
Jaylen Brown.
Of course, 34, 4 and 3 for the Boston Celtics.
What a player. The Celtics have kind of been underwhelming this season as well, too. Last but not the least is Luka Doncic, 37, 7 and 4 assists.
That's route.
What a player.
The Portland Trail Blazers.
What a player.
Yeah, what a player.
All right. So that's it for basketball, Cecilia. We're not leaving hoops just yet.
We're staying with it, right? And we're coming straight to Nigeria.
What's
happening?
On?
We're enjoying the NBA. We talk about it all the time. We were just waiting. When will Nigeria Basketball League start? We're talking about professional premium basketball league. And we know, yes, the NBBF has said, look, they're looking for sponsors, trying to get it back. The whole court case is out. And we know that, yes, since that has been the major problem. Over almost 3 years, no games and all that. Then COVID happens, and now that is out of the way. So these guys just can't help. But they want to play. They want to hoop. They want to play basketball.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. But in the absence of all of that, these players have taken matters into their hands, and we've seen many leagues popping up across the country. Let's take a look at what these basketball players have been doing in the absence of league action.
Apart from the President's Cup towards the end of 2019, elite hoopers have been largely inactive and reduced to pick-up games. And with no real clarity on the return of league action, players have taken matters into their hands, with pockets of mini-leagues popping up across the country. Emilagba Abolaji is a point guard with the Park Dragons and is the brain behind the Elite Basketball League.
This competition is majorly for the elite players like myself, and since it started last month, most of the players in Lagos, like myself, we've been engaged in playing basketball, and most of us have gone back to the gym practicing and trying to get better.
It's been tough. It's been really tough because we haven't had competitive games for a while now, and this initiative brought up just bringing out all the best players in Lagos State playing competitive basketball.
Amateur players hoping to play pro basketball are also frustrated by the lack of league action.
It's been rough. No team to play for, no league is going on, but hopefully if the league resumes, we should get the team to play for.
We are developers and we develop all these players, believing that this year, this one will play Division 1, this one will play Division 2, and this one is going to be good for Premier League. We cannot access because of the lockdown. Nobody can access, and these young boys, they're hungry to play.
However, it appears there is finally light at the end of the tunnel, with the Sports Ministry greenlighting the resumption of the Top Flight League.
If it wasn't for the court cases for the court process, we have played the league. We are speaking, and we've been speaking to a couple of prospective sponsors. So we're hoping that with the COVID-19 holding back everybody, the league now is going to be more expensive because if anything we're going to do now will be in a bubble.
Be it in the bubble or out, ballers just want to hoop, and the hope is that they can do this as soon as possible.
Yeah, no matter where it is, they just want to play.
Simple.
Bubble or no bubble. They just want to hoop. They just want to play. They just want to be able to enjoy the game they love most. Have a career out of it.
Okay. That's what it's about.
Yeah, okay, a guest will be joining us to discuss this basketball in Nigeria, and of course, we're talking about So-So Bobby Manuel. He played for Royal Hoopers. He played for so many teams before he retired from basketball. He'll be, telling us his own experience, why he was playing, and of course, what we are really going to do to ensure that all the talent we have right now will not go to waste. So-So Bobby Manuel, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Cecilia, for having me.
It's great to have you. Okay, how are you doing? Hi, Port Harcourt. Oh, are you in Port Harcourt?
Port Harcourt. Yes, I am in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Port Harcourt is well. It's kind of windy this morning. In between, no sunshine, no rain, so we're there. It's good. Wonderful weather.
Okay.
And how is Lagos?
Yeah, Lagos is cool as usual, except the usual traffic. All right. I mean, there's a report we just finished playing. Some basketball players really not happy of what's going on because they really can't play. I mean, some players decided, take the ball. I mean, just started doing something they feel that will help other players to actually excel, because knowing that they're not playing, but something needs to be done. Mini tournaments across, Nigeria. In Lagos here, the Elite Basketball League, it's going on. And in Port Harcourt, just recently, there was a tournament that was organized there just to ensure that players are busy. So tell me, what do you make of all this?
First thing first, everything that's been going on has been sad, especially on the players. Because basketball is a way of life. Basketball is passionate. It's something that you want to do. And here's one thing a lot of people need to understand. Sportsmen don't have a very long lifespan, especially in a country like Nigeria, which doesn't yet understand the value of sports. So I like the fact that Lagos is going ahead to do their own thing. Port Harcourt just did one, like you said, 2 weeks ago. And of course, I, So-So Bobby Manuel Foundation, I'm organizing a couple of stuff to help out this period. But the main thing is this: it's not just to help out, it's supposed to be a way of life. If we look at all the developed countries, we'll see that sports is a major market. Sports is what people use to live life, to create legacies for their future. So when we understand that, we'll know that, look, we have a very long way to go. But all the same, kudos to Lagos, because everybody keeps saying that's where everything happens, and it shows. Yes, they are showing. Port Harcourt is also trying to. Lagos is leading by example. Port Harcourt is trying to follow. Thank you.
Okay. You talked about Lagos leading, Port Harcourt following, and on that, I got one question for him before we quickly go on a break.
Yeah, it's said a lot already in terms of players are losing their prime. The prime years, 3 years is a long time for any sportsman, and that definitely will affect what you can do. I saw a lot of younger players at the elite basketball tournaments, and it's safe to say none of them, they're happy with what is going on. But we still have our guest who's going to stay with us. We'll go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation. Of course, we'll go straight into the MPFL as well. Join us again.
Welcome back. We still have So-So Bobby Manuel with us talking basketball in Nigeria. Now, So-So, you actually mentioned that you yourself, you're also, organizing a foundation and all that to ensure that just maybe, you're giving back to the society. What is all about, and how will he benefit the youth? I've seen a couple of some that you've done earlier.
Okay, first things first, when you say giving back, it's like saying there's so much and there's enough, more than we have to give. Now, I'll say this, Cecilia, like I said, basketball is a way of life.
Yeah.
And it's entertainment. If we look at other countries, they've turned it into an art form. You have kids that go to school, they go to sports school, they want to become basketballers. You have kids that pick up the ball every day, they want to play. It cuts across all sports. In Canada, we have the ice hockey. In England and Europe, we have football. In other places. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, first things first, if we don't understand the business of sports, we'll always look at it as something to be helped. Like the government, it's in the hands of the government now. So most government people will tell you, let's help them. That's the way they look at sports. But sports is a whole lot more than that. Sports is basically, if we put ourselves right, the same way they did it. Let me digress a little. At a point in time, we were not really listening to Nigerian music as much. But here we are, just last week, we have two of our very own winning getting Grammys for themselves, Wizkid and Burna Boy. Where did they start from? People like P-Square paved the way for them. At a point in time, our music couldn't be exported. We only used to enjoy our music within ourselves. But they went ahead and did what they needed to do. Now, the likes of Don Jazzy came on stage, P-Square went there, Two-Face and the rest of them. Now we have people like Burna Boy, we have people like Davido. I'm saying this because it's all entertainment and they all cut across. If they could do it there, we should be able to do it. We should be able to do it when it comes to sports. Now, basketball, I'll keep on saying this. Even the sport we take as number one is not as respected around the world. We take football as number one, but we are not where we're supposed to be as a country. I started my foundation to let them understand that, look, kids need something. Like I know what basketball did for me. Basketball put me on the straight and narrow. Basketball made sure I had something. Yes, I had a couple of friends in university that were fraternizing and the rest of them, but from one level is way more than we see. One of our very own, Precious Achua, is in Miami Heat. He plays on the court, the same court where we train till now. That's where I have my foundation session. He trained on that court. Now he's in the NBA. We need to let them understand that, look, forget what is happening around you. Go inward. Develop your talent. Push yourself to the next level. And I didn't leave basketball the way I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I had an injury. An injury took me away from basketball. It took me like, I don't want to go into all that.
Yeah,
but,
we'll talk about that story some other time.
Yeah. It's bringing back memories. But the fact is this: if they understand what they have at their disposal, they can get to where they want to get to. That round leather ball can take them to greater heights.
Yeah, definitely it can. Bob Manuel, thank you so much for waking up early to talk to us this morning.
The pleasure is all mine, Cecilia.
All right. Okay, Tayo, that's all for basketball, man. He said it all.
Leadership, very important.
It's important.
And the good thing is, he didn't just stick to basketball. He's talked about football as well. It's a football #1 sport in Nigeria. But then, are we at the level we're supposed to be?
No.
That's a big no. So they all have their work cut out. The administrators across different sports. It is what it is. We can do a lot better. That's the message coming from so Bob Emmanuel and a lot of Nigerians as well share that belief. All right, so let's go to football now, since I mentioned it already, and give you updates coming from the Super Eagles camp. Of course, they're starting to land in Nigeria ahead of those two games against Benin Republic and Lesotho. And like we said at the start of the show, Cecilia, we have about 5 players in camp right now. There's Henry Onyekuru, there's also Ogenekaru Etebo, as well as the guys based in England. Some of them are Shemi Ajayi, Olaino, as well as William Troost Ekong.
Yeah, great one for the Eagles. I'm so happy that, all the players are arriving early.
Yeah,
The
they
first
have
game,
no excuse whatsoever.
They have no excuse. What about the ones that just finished play? We know Rangers were even in the Europa League and all that. Then you have the likes of Iheanacho Ndidi and all. They just played the game yesterday.
Yeah,
so you don't expect them to, enter the plane and start coming in today or something like that. So the guys maybe,
the ones that haven't played
are the ones that are coming in early.
So that's why I said no excuses for them. They're not.
Okay, for those ones that are not in action this weekend, that were in action this weekend. Okay.
And that's why they've started coming in.
Understandably so.
Yeah. We're expecting more players.
Yeah, more players definitely today.
The likes of Kelechi, Wilfred, a lot of them that were in action yesterday.
Not today. We're not expecting those guys today. But we're expecting other players that were not in action at the weekend today. And maybe Kelechi and Ndidi could be around from Wednesday. That's what I think.
They could be around tonight as well. Why not? They probably have their tickets booked already for as soon as they're done with their match, which was yesterday, by the way. So perhaps by tonight we might get to see Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi in the Eagles camp.
Because they need to actually be here, because the first game is 27th and the second one, it's going to be on the 30th. So earlier, the better. We know, yes, Lesotho, Benin Republic, but we need to beat these guys silly and tell them that what happened against Sierra Leone was just a fluke.
Exactly.
Okay, let's leave the Eagles camp. Countdown, of course, will start. They're coming back to Lagos for the first time on another. Yes, we'll be announcing that. I will do more updates once they start training.
True.
Okay, MPFL is next, and of course for Nigeria Professional Football League, just 6 games were played on Sunday. The other games will be played later today, and of course we know Sunshine Stars, they'd be banished to play their games in Lagos. So right now you have 2 MPFL teams in Lagos, but Sunshine we know it's just temporarily, so they will be hosting the Imba today. We'll talk about that later. But let's take a look at the games that happened yesterday. 22 goals scored across those 6 games across the country. Kwara United, biggest winners on the night, 5-0 over Adamawa. I mean, that game was just a cracker. We'll talk more about the game later, right? MFM and Aqua United came here. They're now 3rd on the log, beating MFM 2-1 here in Lagos. We'll also talk more about that. That's the game we'll be previewing later. Wiki Tourists and Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars, away from home over Wiki Tourists. They were leading 2-0, so Wiki Tourists just managed to get 1 back, but they couldn't overturn that. And it's the second win they're recording since their coach, Leone, left them unexpectedly. And of course, investigation is going on into why he had to leave. That's according to the management of Kano Pillars. Heartland and Warri Wolves ended 1-1. And of course, Warri Wolves scored first before, Heartland were able to come back into the game. Abia Warriors, the resurgence style, continues 3-1 over Katsina United. And of course, you have Lobby Stars thrashing, thumping Rivers United 4-1.
It's not about the money, because ever since our incentive was introduced,
they haven't won
away. As a matter of fact, it's been contrary. They have been actually losing quite a lot, and a few draws here and there as well. It's a big win, fantastic win for Lobby Stars. But let's go and talk about Kwara United first of all. 5-0. They don't come more convincing, and then that. And the match is all about this guy with the Yanacha-esque celebration, hands are pointing to the sky. 3 goals for Stephen Jude on the day for Kwara United in their win over Adamawa. Adamawa are the whipping boys, literally, of the league. So I imagine Kwara United went into the game knowing they will have to beat them very, very well. That's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. And if you check Kwara United, they haven't been scoring so many games like this. I mean, Michael Ohanu also scored a brace. So you have 2 players, scoring the 5 goals and all that. Then you're asking yourself, what happened to Adamawa? Yes, the coach actually complained about the whole world. The whole world, they know what's happening to them. I mean, maybe, what's happening to him, his salaries and all that, issues, no motivation and everything. But no matter what, you don't lose in this fashion to a team like Kwara, to a big team. I mean, Kwara United, yes, we know they're big teams and all, but at least you can get 1 back. But they just couldn't. Having all the goals scored, first half just started, second half they continued and everything. They just couldn't reply.
To be fair to Adamawa, Kwara United have been one of the better sides
this season.
So it was always going to be
5-0 thrashing, no pulling 1 back.
Yeah, I mean, they're a better side by far. This is not the first time Adamawa United are on the receiving end of a big thumping like this. So saying perhaps they could have done better, I get it. Sometimes professional pride has got to kick in, and you don't just sit down and let our team streamroll you. After all,
2 players, 5.
Exactly.
Man,
after all, it's you're all men, right? But it doesn't work like that in football. Most of the times, if you've got quality, and the other side is lacking in quality, of course, you can always take advantage. And that's exactly what Kwara United did against Adamawa United. Of course, understandably, the coach of Kwara United, Abdullahi Bifo, is very excited.
One of the best performance today, because not only win, as I said earlier, so we got to 3 points. So matches we play very well, but unable to even win. So for us to win today, to me, I see it as one of the best games. And I always believe that everybody that make the team, so they are equal to start the game. So though they are started, it's just a privilege that we believe that they are most ready, or we have to give them the chance for before we can give others second half. Because when we bring Michael out, it's still one of the best outstanding performance today, but I still have to bring it out and allow other players to play. So bringing them out in the second half, we won't give them rest, because now sometimes we play Wednesday, Sunday, and the team you already won already. So it's better you finish all your substitutes and give the the team a fresh year also. I think now they are beginning to believe in themselves. That is why we see they are composed for the goal compared to how they have been playing before. So I've been waiting for this moment when we saw the real composure when this matter most. I think if they continue this way, we will not be crying about losing our chances.
Obviously happy with that, and of course the fact that they had to rotate some players and everything, which is a good one, playing midweek and playing at the weekend.
Yeah. When you have that kind of fixture, that's where squad depth comes into play. If there's disparity between your starters and your bench players, it will show. But apparently, Kwara United have enough depth to the point where the Brazilian imports hardly gets a game, Played yesterday, though. Came close to scoring, but it wasn't meant to be. But Kwara United are a very good side, and we saw it prior to the league starting when they couldn't wait for it to start. They had prepared over and over again, and they were just champing at the beats to play. And we know why now, because they have been very good at top of the league. Like I said earlier, Cecilia, the game was all about Steven Jude. Yeah,
of course. I mean, the hat-trick hero. He said before the beginning of the season, he wanted to be on the double. Double, it could be 10 goals, it could be 20 or 30, but he just wanted to be double. Right now, he's got 7. Yes, right? So he's got 3 more to hit the first double. It's his first career hat-trick, and of course, he's obviously excited about that.
Yeah, I feel so excited. Scoring hat-trick. Being the first hat-trick of my career, professional career, I feel so excited. Scoring for Kwara United, the first hat-trick of the season also. I feel so excited. We were very, very lucky today converting our chances, even though we lost so many chances. But we were so lucky scoring 5 goals today. I set a target already when I scored the 3rd goal. They're saying my target for this season was to get a double. But if it's more than what I expected, I will still appreciate God. Well, I still have target to get to. This is just number 7. Still have to get to double. That's my target.
Yeah, of course he wants to be on the double. I was just see if he can get up to 20 this season.
Why not?
Okay, we see 17 games, right? There's so many more games. We're not even half of the season yet. So.
Yeah, 7 goals already in 17 games. It's not bad at all.
And he has not played all the games, so we know that. So,
anyways,
great one.
Let's come to Lagos.
Yes,
the big one.
The games you're seeing right now.
MFM losing at home against Aqua United.
Just take a look
look at that. Look at that run.
Wonderful. I mean, it was beautiful. Delight to watch.
I mean, they should have brought that guy down long time
United in the FA Cup. Yeah, they should have brought him down. Yeah, someone should get a yellow for that.
Take one for the team.
I mean, take one for the team, but they just let him on. I mean, they didn't know he was going to finish. I mean, how do you... Ufomudo, I mean, when you see Ufomudo, you know how brilliant he is and everything. So you just give him a chance. And the guy just went on and on and on. And of course, got it. And MFM, their own goal.
They fought back.
I mean, they fought back. They tried. I mean, from that free kick spot that happened, they converted that. And they thought, okay, yes, we still have more. In the second half, we will come back. Let's take a look at it.
No deflection on the way. Goalkeeper had no chance. Of course, deflections are very difficult for goalkeepers to deal with. 1-1, game on.
Game on. A second half
came. And you thought, okay, they will go on and perhaps, nick the win. No, it wasn't that way.
It wasn't that at all.
Aqua United, went on again. I mean, look at his strike.
Yeah.
Great finish. Turns the defender inside out and fires across the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper no chance. And that's how Aqua United were able to secure 3 valuable points away.
And that's his first goal for Aqua United, scoring and assisting in 1 game. You say it's a great one for him. But let's get reaction also coming from that camp. Aqua United, obviously happy. Kennedy Boboye was an excited man after the game.
It's a very good one for us. I think it's going to shoot us up the league table. The boys really did well. They fought and they did what I asked them to do, and the result came. The team we played against is not a pushover team. We're just happy that we took our chances and we played to instruction. That was what really gave us the win. We have an attitude of not giving up because we didn't start well, and we told ourselves that it's not going to be something that is a do or die thing. We don't have to take a game one after the other. But most important, we should play to plan and get our chances. When we get them, we take them, and that is what has been helping us.
I feel great and I'm happy. I haven't scored my first goal and first assist. It's not been easy as a striker to go a long match with a goal drought. But thank God I finally find the back of the net, and I believe that this will be an opener for more goals to come.
But personally, I'm so excited. We really needed these 3 points. The coach needed it. The players needed it. The team also needed the 3 points, and I'm so grateful that our effort was grounded today. Every day we improve. We train hard. We try to correct our mistakes, and we try to dot where we've not been doing well. And I think the game keeps improving every day. I think that's the utmost goal for this season. Aqua United have won 2 Federation Cup Shield, and I think the only laurel that is lacking in our cabinet is the league title. And I think that's what we're aiming for this season.
Formudo right there. I mean, it's a good start for them. Now 3rd on the log. I remember when they started. Austin and I, we talked about this, that Aqua United usually they start very slow and then they pick up, but they can't catch up anymore and they end up not winning the league. But if they can start, you know, the way other teams like Kwara, Nasarawa United, Rangers, these guys will start very fast and they'll try to maintain that till the end of the season. And, you know, MPFL, if you start well, you definitely end well. Well, let's to the other camp right now, MFM.
MFM.
Olalekan Gabriel, obviously, he's not happy this morning.
I don't see it as a difficult game because we create a lot of chances. The striker couldn't convert the chance. And that is game of football. When you have a lot of chances, you don't convert it. Then opponents may have 1 or 2, and they put inside the net. There's nothing you can do. And that is why we find ourselves in losing the game at the end of the game. It's not much a big worry because I'm just trying to refine the team. You know, where we made the team is not okay. But I just want to use my own ability with the grace of God to make sure I bring the team by which I still believe I can still do it. I think I still need to talk to my boys. I don't know if I'm a coach, I cannot play. But I still need to boost their morale out of this game because this one has gone and we need to move ahead. I need to talk to them to bring them back to the track so that we can be able to get our 3 points on Thursday. That's the penalty. We have a penalty there which the referee, and he's close at 5 minutes to the ball. He couldn't do anything. And that's why I'm complaining, because he's telling me before that the referee is going to be stupid when he got, there's a free kick we got there, which I complained to him. He said, that man is not stupid. That is why I now record back to him now. Look at him now, a closer foul there. He couldn't take it. That is why I come to him. That's the penalty which the referee did not pick. And so I don't want to talk about that much. That is why I run to him.
Furious with that, okay? But then if you had scored more goals, you would have won. So let's leave it at that.
Yeah,
quickly to this game.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. I mean, there's no match that coaches don't complain about officiating.
It's all about
not in Nigeria alone, as a matter of fact.
Okay, today's game and the big one, Sunshine Stars and Enyimba. Why it's big? It's in Lagos, right?
Of course. Okay. Big for football fans in Lagos. Enyimba, wherever they go, wherever they play, they tend to attract this sort of reaction because they are the, biggest, arguably, club side in the country. So they'll take on Sunshine Stars in Lagos. There's also Dakada taking on Plateau United. Rangers will trade tackles against Nasarawa United. And last but not the least is Ifeanyi FC taking on Jigawa Golden Stars. All the games will go down later today, and you can always join us tomorrow for comprehensive review. We need to go on a break just about now. When we come back, we'll be on the home stretch. I'll be telling you about Kelechi Iheanacho, how he was able to put Manchester United to the sword yesterday. Of course, we'll be taking a look at what Lionel Messi is up to as well too in La Liga. Join us again.
All right, welcome back. Quickly, let's take a look at the Nigerian National League, the most important one in the country.
Okay. All right, match
results.
Yeah, results are coming from match day 7 and 8. It will be interesting. I mean, anyways, Shooting Stars fans, let me just put it that way. Your incredible run of form continues. Let's start with other games. First of all, Malum Fashi 1-0 over Shikara Babes. Kirby United 3-0 over DMD. Fantastic victory there. Yobe Desert Stars 2-0 over Road Safety. Zamfara United played a 1-1 draw against Niger Tornadoes. That's in Group A2.
Okay, other results, you have a Group B1, that's the Northern Conference. You have Dynamite Force and Southern Conference. Dynamite Force and Osun United, Delta Force and Shooting Stars. You mentioned the unbeaten run continue. Nilayo and Stationery Stores, that one ended goalless. And Inewi and go round. It was one of Vandreza and Jan Brilers. Vandreza 3-2. That's a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
5 goals. You know, J. Atete and Apex Crane. It was 1-0 in favor of J. Atete and J. Comments and Ibom Youth. It was 2-1. Ibom Youth winning that. Holy Arrows and Bayelsa United goalless. Gateway and Godowski 1-0. Bender Insurance 3-1. Rockets 1. Crown FC and Remo Stars. Crown FC winning by a lone goal. That's in Group B2 in the Southern Conference for the NNL. Okay, let's leave Nigeria and quickly travel abroad. And we start with the FA Cup. And it's all about Kelechi Iheanacho's show. I mean, he got a gift in the first one. And, of course, the second one, it was a header. So this guy, how remarkable he is.
He's on fire. 9 goals in his last 9 games. Across 15 starts this season, he's had a direct hand in all of those goals. 15 goals. It's incredible. That's 11 goals and 4 assists for Kelechi Iheanacho. And ever since he's come into the side, it's safe to say everything he touches turns into goals. And they're not missing James Maddison at all.
At all. He is the eagle. I mean, when you're the eagle, you know what to do with whatever chances you get.
I mean,
so it's a great one
for
him.
Right there.
And for United, yes, a second goal, the header. United, yes, they were woeful. I mean, they've lost an away match against English opposition for the first time in 30 matches. I mean, that was great. But then, at the end of the day, Kelechi Iheanacho, that breeze sent Leicester to semis. And the other game that was also played on the 9th, I mean, that was earlier, Chelsea and Sheffield. Chelsea had to struggle before they were able to overcome Sheffield. An own goal first. And, of course, Hakim Ziyech needed to consolidate to ensure that, yes, they got a goal in that game. 2-0, it ended.
So Thomas Tuchel
still unbeaten after 14 games.
So if you watch Chelsea a lot, they're just getting the basics right. They're not playing anything fantastic
no.
at the moment.
No flair,
no nothing. They're just getting the points and getting the wins, and that's what really matters in football at the end of the day. Forget the media narrative about how you've got to play a certain way for you to be accepted, especially for Roman, who just wants to win. He doesn't care whether you're playing
beautiful football or not.
In quotes. Beautiful, because I don't know the meaning of that.
Beautiful, good game, flair, and all that. Arsene Wenger did it for years, and when he stopped winning trophy, what happened? He was asked to leave.
His fans.
Okay, his fans asked
hounded
him to leave
out of the Emirates because he wasn't winning. So the ultimate entertainment when it comes to football is winning.
Okay, let's take a look at the semi-final fixtures. And of course, we talked about Thomas Tuchel. He hasn't lost. But then in the FA Cup semi-final, he's up against Pep Guardiola, who doesn't know how to lose, not concede goals.
Nice. I like that. I like that pairing.
It's going to end very soon. Okay,
no,
because quadruple, it's coming.
Yeah,
so when you have that,
City are beatable. So I don't
they're beatable, but it's only United that were able to do that.
We'll see. So whatever the case is, one of these guys will have to blink, and we're rooting for Kelechi Iheanacho.
Of course, I'm rooting for Leicester and Leicester and Chelsea in the final, so Leicester can win the FA Cup and Kelechi Iheanacho will win a trophy.
Fingers crossed. All right, then.
Looking at
let's touch down
English Premier League.
Yes. Right. Two games involving 2 North London sides. One ended up on the winning side. The other showed a lot of spirit, a lot of character to come back from 3-0 to draw. That was West Ham against Manchester United. West Ham looked like they were running away with the game. And Jason Lingard, all the players turning up. But credit to Arsenal. A lot of the times we've said our Arsenal are not, strong mentally side, and but they showed that yesterday that they could really fight back, and eventually they got that equalizer coming from Alexander Lacazette.
Yeah, that's the goal right there. That's the end, the header that gave them that 1 point. But then I think West Ham were just ludicrous because Jason Lingard started in the assisted. Second, we have Thomas Suchek also scoring, and then own goal, Greg Dawson, and Thomas also having another own goal. I mean, 2 own goals, and Arsenal knew that they can actually get back into the game. It was a nightmare when I was watching this game. It was like, okay, what's happening here? Self-destruct button or not? Fine, I know it was because of the pressure Arsenal put on West Ham. That's how they were able to get those 2 own goals, and of course, for Lacazette, got that back. But then you can't go down like this. I mean, 3 goals in 30 minutes. But the first one's earlier 7 minutes.
Not good enough.
I mean, Jason Lingard already started the onslaught and all that. We're like, okay, this is hammer, blow, smash. What's going to happen? But the smash wasn't so hard because Arsenal had to strike back, using their guns and all that. And at the end of the day, we were able to get something out of the game, which was really important. So for Souček, I mean, when was the last game he had the guy scoring an own goal and also scoring for his side? Frank Lampard did that against against Leicester, yeah? 1998.
For West Ham and David Moyes, of course, it'll be very painful 1 point because they could easily gotten all three. While for Mikel Arteta, he'll be jumping for joy because 3-0 down to get a point is a fantastic result any day, any time. We're still in England. Let's go to the Arsenal's North London neighbours. Tottenham are in action against Aston Villa. Went to Villa Park. Of course, this match had a lot riding on it because Jose Mourinho was starting to get under pressure after losing out in the Europa League to Dynamo Zagreb. And he made a few changes as well, too. We saw 2 young stars coming to the lineup, Japhet Tanganga, as well as Joe Rodon coming to the centre defence. And, it's safe to say those 2 guys really showed the manager that they can be relied on. Vinicius Jr., Carlos Vinicius, scored his first Premier League goal of the game, a simple tapping after being played through by Lucas Moura. And of course, Harry Kane from the penalty spot sealed the deal for Tottenham. Well, now getting closer to that top 4 position. Like one of the players said after the game, they've got 9 finals to go, plus 1 final against Man City. So that's the mentality, that's the approach they should use for the remainder of the season. But
you can ask, where was that mentality when they had a scandalous loss to Dinamo Zagreb? They didn't have that.
They didn't have it.
I mean, they didn't have it at all. That's how they lost like that, and Jose was really furious. But then the good thing is that the men played well, the men, because the boys played the other one. Quickly, we'll take some tweets before we look at the papers if we have time. We'll just take this one from Osahon Imafidon. Is talking about NBBF needs to really resume because NBA players, there's COVID in the US, and of course they're playing another. It's usually not COVID, they had a lot of issues, another is deeper than what you think. Also, he said Enyimba, Sunshine, both team to score. Away, both teams to actually score. Okay, good one. Then Rangers and Nasarawa United, both teams to also, this will also end in a draw. Good. Noble Flyerman says fatigue and play sharpness as a result of coming of injury was what happened to Manchester United. So Leicester City's sharpness was better. So congratulating Leicester. And of course, Silas Nambo also congratulating Kelechi Iheanacho for what he's doing in the FA Cup. Complete Sports is the one, that's the only one we can actually quickly take here. Trusted Congo Yankuru orders arrive for Eagles camp. You have Rogers explains main factor behind the rise of Kelechi Iheanacho.
I'd love to read that one. I'd love to read it. But
indeed, Iheanacho rated 9/10. Yes, they were everywhere.
They were awesome
in that game.
Sporting Life, last paper, Inside Eagles camp, Etebo Onyekuru, Ekong, Early Birds, like we said. Ronaldo presented with the special gold shirt. Interesting, after scoring his 770th goal last weekend to break Pele's all-time record of official goals. They lost that game, though. Juventus, so that was a mixed situation.
More like it. We have to leave this. Okay, Iheanacho, of course, is still here. I mean, powers Leicester to their first semi-final in 39 years. The last time was 81.
Exactly, and it's lovely to see Nigerian players dominating the headlines. This
great day on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good day.
I am Taya Salam. See you again tomorrow.